leaned in and whispered, "Bucking is my job tonight. Business is good." Tootie glanced over at Melissa. "See, this is some bullshit." Coco looked back and smiled. However, the frowns on Tootie and Melissa's faces said that they were not feeling her choice at all or the puzzling greeting. Lynn, on the other hand, was at least staying open-minded about the whole idea. When the door fully opened, a beautiful Asian woman with long, straight black hair stood in the doorframe. Her nipples were clamped with nipple rings connected to a silver chain that circled her body down to her navel. The sheer white robe she wore allowed her fishnet stockings to be seen, as well as her lace lingerie. Coco admired her 6-inch stilettos, which had straps that crawled up her legs. "Come on in, ladies. I'm so happy that you decided to join us on this beautiful night," the Asian woman said. Coco, Lynn, and Tootie stepped inside into the Italian marble foyer. Melissa, however, couldn't move. She really didn't want to go inside. "Are you coming inside?" the Asian woman asked. "There's no need to be scared." Lynn looked back to see Melissa still standing outside the door, with her long arms folded like a 3-year-old. Most of the time, Melissa only seemed satisfied when it was her time to select the venue. All the other times, she did her best to try to ruin it for everyone else. "Come on, Melissa, don't act like that. We don't have to stay long," Lynn tried to convince her. After standing there for a few more seconds, Melissa finally decided to step inside the door, shaking her head in disgust the whole time. "Please, step over there." The Asian woman pointed to a glass counter with a naked black woman standing behind it before disappearing behind a curtain. Inside the glass counter were several edible panties, whips, chains, dildos, and lubricants. Coco walked to the counter with confidence, while the other 3 women walked as if they were going to a death sentence. "Good evening, ladies. That'll be $40, the black woman stated. The ladies began pulling out their money to cover the cost of admission. Everyone except Coco held out $10, which made the woman behind the counter chuckle. "I'm sorry, that's $40 for each of you," she replied. "You've got to be joking. I'm not paying $40 to get into some freaky-ass house party. Coco, have you lost your damn mind?" Melissa shouted. "Man, shut up and just give me your $10. I knew you were going to act this way, so I'll cover the difference," Coco responded. "Well, you must got me too, because I'm not paying that shit either," Tootie added. Coco was annoyed. "You know what? Y'all bitches are really starting to blow me." Trying to keep the peace again, Lynn pulled out an extra $30 and handed it to Coco. "Don't worry, I'll pay my portion." Both Tootie and Melissa gave her the look of death. "Thanks, girl. You're the only real friend I got," Coco replied. At that point, she could care less if her comment struck a nerve with the other 2 haters in the group. As Coco paid their fee, she noticed that the living room had been converted into a little boutique with lingerie and all sorts of costumes since the last time she'd been there. One wall even had shelves filled with rubbers, dental dams, and body paint. "What the hell is this place anyway?" Melissa said, before seeing a sign that read, "Taboo." "It's a place where you can fulfill your wildest fantasy," Coco replied in a dramatic tone. She then flipped her thick, dark brown hair off of her shoulder. Besides the Beyoncé-like figure she'd been blessed with, Coco was extremely proud of her natural long hair. Weekly trips to her white homosexual hairdresser in an upscale salon was a must. Lynn smiled, showing off the one dimple in her left cheek. She wasn't sure if her fantasy would be fulfilled, but she had to admit, the place was exciting. Working double shifts as a registered nurse, she needed to let her hair down and have some fun. "Ladies, you all can go ahead through the black curtains, but remember, there are no rules at Taboo. Anything goes," the black woman said with a slight laugh. "Great," Tootie replied.